here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. There's Dave Cackley. Welcome to Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Thursday. And Dave, we have to talk. I might need you. Um, um, it's a sad day here at the house. I'm
Uh-oh.
yeah, I'm being abandoned um tonight. I'm being left alone. I will be left without food. I'll be left without comfort. I'll be left to my own devices. And to be honest with you, I'm a little heartbroken over the whole thing. Cindy's taken off for Florida for the midwinter break.
Oh,
And
no.
here I sit with
Wait, you're
nothing
not
to
going to
do.
go with her?
Nope,
You guys
nope.
don't
She's
vacation
taking her daughter.
together?
And here I sit with nothing to do or no one to, no one to talk to.
Isn't that a nice
I'll be here
break?
alone all weekend. That's okay. I can handle it. There's a list out on the
Go ahead.
counter: sweep, mop, laundry.
Mhm.
Fill the toilet paper holders, that kind of thing. And then at the end of it all, I have to pick her up Monday morning, so we won't be able to do a show. So this
Oh,
is
okay.
not only going to be a weekend of self. I wouldn't say self-care for me because let's
Okay.
face it, just me being
I
home
didn't know
alone.
which direction you were going.
Of
And
course
I
not.
wanted to.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
we know where your mind goes, Mister
I have no
Illegal
idea.
Channels. But me, it's just going to be a lonely, lost weekend.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Okay.
and I hope that if you find your way to a church, you light a penny candle for me.
We'll do.
Okay.
Will do. Yeah, I do believe that. And again, I'm no relationship expert, obviously, with my checkered dating history and
Right.
relationship past. But I will say, I do believe that separation, like a week break
Yeah,
from your
it's not bad.
significant other,
From
is
time to time.
absolutely a positive thing.
Absolutely.
It allows you to appreciate the other person. It allows you to miss them because when you're around each other all the time,
Yep.
you can't miss the other person.
Yep.
And I think separation is good.
And I think the other part of it too is that, a lot of mother and daughters don't have that relationship where they can just
Right.
pack up and go. I think that's awesome.
Yes.
I like the idea that they get to go where it's warm and have some fun for a while. Knock yourself out, have a good time. Me, I'll be fine here home alone.
Alone with your thoughts.
Well, I'm not even
whatnot.
planning on thinking. I'm just going to sit and
All right, good. Hey,
what I will do is use this weekend for reflection and education. I'll watch important things. Like not the Golden Girls.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, because we know the show's
you understand it's important to take a break from all the shit and just kind of just pop on some G&G, little Golden Girls, little Rue McClanahan,
No,
little B. Arthur, little Betty White.
I'm going to stick with
Estelle
education.
Getty.
You know what I watched? I watched the other day. You know what I got that you need to get and will improve your life remarkably? You need to get BBC Select.
No.
Yep.
No interest in the British, but no. Hate the BBC.
No, BBC Select is their documentary channel, and it's amazing.
Well, I like documentaries, but I get plenty of those. All the good stuff is eventually released. You're eventually going to get to see it on Netflix. You can see documentaries on YouTube. You can see documentaries on Amazon. It's fine. I've got plenty of stuff, and I mix in documentaries now and then. I've been watching a lot of stuff on the Nazis and Hitler, and again, that's always important to see. Okay, how did that come into be? How could it happen again? These are things that matter, and how minds can get captured, and things can spin wildly out of control. So, and again, I don't say that to scare anybody. It's just one of those things. You don't fixate on it. You don't marinate over it. You just keep it in the back of your mind.
Well, on the other side of the coin, I take that kind of information and I do fixate on it, marinate over it. I don't necessarily flock to
can drive you crazy.
Nazi propaganda, but I look more at things like what did I watch last night? I watched Story last night on BBC Select. about a photographer in World War One that snuck a camera up to the front lines. Fascinating.
Oh, that's that
Yeah, see,
that does sound fascinating. Yeah.
that's expanding your horizons, which
Mm.
you really don't get with Golden Girls.
Dude, again, you always try and put yourself in this I'm the enlightened one. I am the deep thinker. And you have in a lot of ways, and this is not to slight you, this is just you'll have, like this kind of cut and paste view of this or that. It's like, dude, I mean, that's
I
not
don't think
that
that's the
deep.
case. I think there's
It
just a
is a
little
good portion.
jealousy coming through
Like,
here on your part.
not
That's okay.
jealousy. It's just I observe things, and maybe I'm wrong.
I think you are.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's
To
not
me-
your
to
view.
me-
Maybe I'm misreading the
To
entire
me, it
situation.
sounds like blind jealousy over having
Look, no, I'm
BBC
jealous of the hot
Select.
tub. I'm jealous of the hot tub.
Yep.
I'm
Well,
jealous of your less than humble abode.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
it's-
Oh, dude, look, it's a 3-bedroom ranch. That's if you boil it right down to
it's
that.
nothing.
That's what it is.
It's lake. It's lake property. Nobody wants to live on the water except for everybody. Again, yeah, there
Here's
is a
what we're
little
gonna
bit.
do.
That is not okay. Again, we're in the season of Lent.
Here's what
I've
we're gonna
given
do.
up sweets. By the way, I don't want to call out myself for being a hero, but I've given up sweets for Lent. Jesus died for my sins, was crucified. I figure I can give up sweets, so we're kind of even Steven now. We both sacrificed.
And
Um,
define
and so,
sweets
yeah,
because there's always
but
an
that's
out
everything.
in your
That's
sacrifice.
like chocolates, that's candy, that's
Never.
cookies.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah, well,
No.
because first of all, and the reason I'm doing this is because I put on a few pounds a couple of weeks ago. I had these like no bake cookies. I actually bought a bag of Chips Ahoy, the old school,
boy.
blue bag. Oh man, I eat 5 of those in a sitting, and it's just like, and I feel like it feels like an appetizer. So I had to pull back on that. I thought, this would be a good time for to lay completely off that shit for 40 days.
Yeah.
And 40 nights. And
Okay.
We
Anything but being fat. You don't want that.
Can't do that. I can't.
No, I know you can't. Those fat people. Ugh.
What? Yeah, I'm not saying you don't have the right to live. I'm
Hey, perfect. Whatever it takes, Hollywood.
Hey, dude, hey, Hollywood.
He's got his CoverGirl makeup on his desk this morning. He's worried about his waistline.
I knew you would point that out. I knew you would point
hey,
this
you know
out.
what?
Just over the corner.
Look here, Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe, go ahead. You walk us right into the news, my beautiful, perfect friend.
Beautiful.
Let's have it.
I could only dream to be that beautiful. All right, let's get into it. New York City is suing multiple social media companies, accusing them of, quote, fomenting a nationwide youth mental health crisis. Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok are said to be exposing children to nonstop streams of harmful content. The suit filed in California Superior Court is alleging the companies intentionally designed their platforms to purposefully manipulate and addict children and teens to social media applications. I think it's not just children and teens. It's everybody.
It's everybody.
Let's stop pretending this is just kids. And don't get me wrong, it's not good for kids. We kind of have to somewhat limit Max. Like Alexa's got the thing where it turns his phone off at a certain time of the evening, so he's off the grid completely. Yep. And then the weekends we kind of let him go a little longer. But it's just, you gotta, as a parent, it's tough because you gotta monitor it. But as an adult, dealing with it yourself, it's hard to discipline yourself in that way. But you got to do it. You got to take breaks from it. You don't have to be married to this.
No,
does not have to be your life. So
I want to say that
pull back.
I disagree with the idea that these platforms were started with the intent of creating content to addict kids. I also want to say that there was no foresight in what could come of these networks and the content that could be created underneath them.
That's probably closer to reality.
And what I want to say, too, is that as these networks have unfolded and the lessons have been learned about what works and what doesn't, TikTok is by far and away the leader in
Hmm.
pulling people in to contain them into content,
Hmm.
and they have done it in ways that are smart but deceitful, to
Yeah.
a degree.
Hmm.
Um, they have also got access, and it's a question mark because they deny it, of course, blah blah blah. But they've also accessed all of the data that the people that use TikTok and probably everybody that's associated with them through their apps because
Yeah. All
do
our
you
data
grant
has been
this app
mined.
permission to look through your other apps?
Hmm.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. We don't even
Um,
think about it.
we didn't even think about it.
Hmm.
But the addictive level of TikTok came in when they realized that people like likes and follows.
Hmm.
And some kid goes out and does the ice bucket challenge, and he wakes up in the morning and 20,000 people have watched that video. He's going
It's
back for
addictive.
more.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
100%.
Yep. So there's been a progression of how this works, and there have been people who have purposely watched and seen how to pull people in harder. And freedom of speech, right? Freedom of speech.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay. We have to start looking at some kind of rating system for the internet, which would be along the lines of the movies. We're okay with an R-rated movie and saying that kids under 17
Hmm.
probably don't belong there without a parent. And they probably don't belong there after 7:30 at night because of the audience. That
Hmm.
we're okay with that. I think we need to start looking at social media in that sort of mind frame and saying that on TikTok, on Twitter, on whatever, open source porn just can't show up.
Yeah. It's.
It if you seek it out, uh, dude, freak out, you know? But if it's just
Yeah.
there and you're thumbing through your Twitter for whatever reason, and you've heard my incident, I
Mm.
couldn't get the gay
Oh,
porn off
dude.
my thing forever.
Well,
And
that's because you just
I
because you didn't
stopped it,
realize when you
and
were
you know what?
blindly just
I didn't
accepting
realize
everything.
the principal of whatever high school might not realize or whatever,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
that's an innocent person getting caught with something that they did not ask for, and they're screwed.
Yeah.
So we need to start
Yeah.
looking at a way to rate these things in order to develop some kind of anti-Wild West mentality like we've got going right now. That's what I'm
Now,
saying.
I would, yeah, I agree with a good part of that. I think something where, like age verification for kids, I believe you already have that. But the other problem is kids are really, really savvy as far as getting around this
Dude,
because they grew up. It's different for, I mean, as adults, we're still trying to get a handle on it. The kids, especially the teenagers, and my son's one of them, they navigate this shit. It's
it's
like it's like
it
breathing for them.
look, I know.
It
It's
just
no different.
is.
It's no different with this than it was when you and I were kids trying to get booze and cigarettes.
Hmm.
We figured out a way,
Yeah.
and it's going to continue.
I mean, I didn't drink or smoke, but that was me. I was
Of
more of
course
a
not.
Puritan.
Saint Dave.
Yeah,
But
same
we
thing.
a rating system. Can we settle on a rating system?
I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea.
Okay.
I don't. Where where kids are concerned, especially. Again, I think the problem is just going to be this. They're smart
I
with
know.
this stuff. They're dumb with a lot of other shit. Because I crap on, especially Gen Z for just being the generation, but they're not when it comes to tech. When it comes to tech, when it comes to history, when it comes to just general maturity, they're
Mhm,
all children.
mhm.
But when it comes to this stuff, yeah, hey, if you the problem is you're probably going to have to get a 19, 20-year old to run it. That'd be the only way. Like we'll see what happens.
All right.
What else is going on? Uh, a new study has, well, this is something we basically already knew, revealed that exercise can help treat depression. Depression impacts approximately 10 to 25% of Americans, probably more than that. According to the latest research, walking, jogging, yoga, weight training all showed benefits as strong as therapy when it comes to treating depression. And I don't deal with depression. I deal with like a malaise sometimes, especially during February.
Yeah.
February is always been, and I think it is for a lot of people who live in the Midwest, just the weather, even if you're an upbeat person, like I like to think I am, it can start, the grayness can get to you. But yeah, just in general, getting out, moving,
Yep.
getting yourself going, especially when you don't feel like, and I talk about that fighting your inner bitch. And I wage that war on a daily basis because my default setting is lazy. My default setting is I want a nap and I want to eat Chips Ahoy. But you fight that.
Yeah.
And you do the shit, do the hard shit, do the shit you don't want to do, and it will make you feel better.
You should have seen it
It's just
yesterday.
you got to get to the end of it.
You should have seen it yesterday.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for this. Go
right out to the car, got right in it, and dude, I mashed the gas in that 5.6 liter V8. I just right out the driveway, just like that. Oof, felt great.
You realize that's not actually exercise.
You know how high up that
Putting
car
your foot-
sits?
Okay, so you had to climb in.
Money. I did it.
Seriously, dude, just start doing these. You
I
start
am.
doing these. There you go.
All right.
You can lead a horse to water, yada, yada, yada. Finally, Muskegon Surgery Center has completed a building expansion. The construction reportedly adds another 13,000 square feet to this facility, along with the multiple operating rooms. The facility is now 55,000 square feet, with the hope the expansion draws more of the region's top healthcare talent and provides even better service for patrons. So
I have
that's cool.
dear friends that work at Muskegon Surgery's Surgical
Mhm.
Associates. They are great people.
Mhm.
They have taken care of me from everything from an exploding intestine to
Mhm.
a lump on my butt. So
There you go.
I
And
was
now,
just
and now there's more room for you to kind of, that's 13,000 square feet in case you get another lump on your butt.
I
So
wouldn't want another cyst on my butt. So,
you don't know.
although you know what? I had a
You
cyst.
should have your own Andy O butt cyst wing.
There you go. I had
13,000 square feet.
right here. I had a little cyst starting up right here last week,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Oh my god, do I have to go in and have this thing removed again?" But I squeezed it, right, and it popped.
Oh, great.
I
I gotta.
oh, it was
God.
disgusting. It reeked.
What's it? Was it an online thing? The pimple popper?
Oh, I think
Is
so.
it a show?
That was a TV
guess-
show too,
yeah.
wasn't it?
I think, yeah, I think I like Mr. Pimple.
Ugh.
I don't know. Like I got one of my sisters is like really into that for some bizarre reason.
Mm-hmm.
I just got a weird family in general, but
Go
anywho,
figure.
sports. Michigan State takes down Penn State in less than Happy Valley, 80-72. Sparty getting ready for their showdown with basement-dwelling Michigan in Ann Arbor on Sunday. That's sports.
All right, it's time for Jeopardy, and this one.
Actually, it's Saturday night. Sorry, Michigan State. Oops, Saturday night, 8 o'clock. There you go. Go ahead.
Sorry, you had to get the discipline pick
Uh-huh.
over a mess up like that.
Uh-huh.
River Cities for 400.
River Cities, okay.
River Cities. Okay, this one you may need to pay attention to because you look like Mungo on Blazing Saddles trying to drink that.
Oh, yeah.
God, you
I was
heathen.
parched.
You're not parched. All right.
A little bit.
River Cities, 400. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
Designed in the early 2000s, Three Rivers Park has miles of trails and a 1,200-seat amphitheater to enjoy in the city.
I'm going to go with Pittsburgh.
Give the man $400. Look at you, man. That was incredible. 53,400 in the hole.
Three Rivers Stadium back in the day. So I knew the
Now
city
you
of the
see,
Three Rivers is
this
Pittsburgh.
is what I want to point out. You did a good job comprehending. You heard Three Rivers in there, and you got it. Dave,
Boom.
if you weren't busy watching the Golden Girls all the time, you'd get more of these.
Don't watch it all the time, just occasionally when it pops
Sure
up on the
you
TV.
don't. Sure you don't.
And
okay.
Betty White with that lightning quick comedic timing.
She is lightning
Can't shut
quick.
that off.
Ooh, man. Good stuff. Hey, on to a Friday we go.
See ya.
Happy Thursday, Muskegon. Heavy snow will impact your morning commute, so let's take a look at your forecast brought to you by Trinity Health. Your weather headlines show we will have impactful snow moving in for Thursday morning's commute. The timing looks pretty bad. Snow will probably begin around 5 a.m. or so and continue till about 9 or 10, with heavy snowfall rates as well as a few inches of snow will be possible during that short period of time, with colder temperatures moving in over the weekend, but thankfully a warm up is in store next week, with highs getting close to 40 again. So the future radar shows by 7 a.m. heavy snow will have already been falling across Muskegon County. Anywhere essentially along I-96 should have some pretty rough travel, especially during the morning commute hours. But that snow will quickly move out of the area. By 10 a.m. we're expecting dry conditions to start to develop across the region, and that will continue into the afternoon hours, but winds will likely pick up out of the west as well. Snowfall is going to be a very interesting case here. Anywhere north of Holland to Lansing should have a few inches of snow, but there will be a very sharp cutoff due to some warmer temperatures aloft. So I think here in Muskegon, 2 to 4 inches seems like a pretty good bet, with a little bit more snow, possibly around 5 inches just to the north of us. So for your Thursday, expect snow showers, especially during the morning hours. It could be heavy at times during the morning commute, so give yourself extra time with a high of 35 and a low of 24 as will dry out during the afternoon, but winds will pick up out of the northwest going into the overnight hours as well. Then by Friday, we'll stay cool but dry, thankfully, until a few more snow showers are possible Friday night into Saturday with some lake effect as colder temperatures move in. Briefly, though, we'll likely warm back up well into the 30s, if not 40 degrees, early next week with maybe another round of rain and snow mix next Wednesday. And that's your Thursday forecast brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon Channel. And I'm Cole Woods Weather, and have a great day today.